Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is Spidey64, and welcome back, everybody, to yet another NASCAR 164 scale diecast review. And here for today's 164 scale diecast review, we're going to be here today to have a look at and review here today at Shane Van Gisbergen's number 88 Mexico City, or should I say 88 Safety Culture Mexico City race to win version. All right, so we got the first of what will be many SVG race wins to come from Lionel. Of course, obviously SVG went on a tear and won 5 road course races last year, and boy oh boy are these more impressive than Austin Hill winning these Xfinity races. That I will tell you for sure. And by the way, I'm watching this right after the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race, and let's not talk about that. But anyways, though, let's just jump right into it. Here's a quick look at the packaging. Nothing too different than normal. Now, actually, funny enough, or I will tell you all this, I will actually be keeping this car in the packaging, so I am going to be saving that box. So just wanted to let you all know that. Anyways, here is the car itself. Shane Van Gisbergen, this was only his second NASCAR Cup win. Also, this was SVG's first win, or I should say not his first win, but this was NASCAR. Of course, obviously, this was the first NASCAR Cup race that was held in an international internationally, and the first time in nearly almost 40 or so odd years. And SVG won the race, and definitely a dominant performance from Shane Van Gisbergen and co. And boy, oh boy, certainly I'm not going to get SVG and Connor Zilisch confused throughout the whole entire season. Because if you don't know, SVG and Connor Zilisch essentially swapped numbers. They gave Van Gisbergen the 97, which of course obviously the 9 font is a carryover from the Trackhouse 99. And then they just gave Connor Zilisch the 88. That won't be confusing whatsoever. So yeah, but take a look though at the car itself here. This is the safety culture scheme, which I did have to make sure though that I did get the right one, and I did get the right one because there is a standard edition of this diecast, by the way. So just wanted to let you all know that. So yeah, so there you go. But what a really cool looking scheme this is. I really do love the purple, like the different shades of purple throughout the car. Also some of the yellow and some of the yellow and the blue. It's definitely a pretty unique looking scheme, that I will say for sure. Now, funny enough though, interesting enough though, Ross Chastain did run a similar kind of scheme like this at the Daytona Summer Race last year, but they never offered it, and they only would have offered it if he would have won the race, but he didn't. So there you go. As I'm just taking a quick 360 view of the car just to see if there's anything really substantial to note. I don't think there really is. So with that being said, let's just get down here to the sponsors here. So on the windshield banner, you have Chevrolet and Van Gisbergen. You got the SC right there. You got WeatherTech.com down there, which... Hey, don't know what the hell's going on with WeatherTech this season, so we'll see what their whole status is. But anyways, though, you got the Red Bull headlights going across. Now, what's pretty cool about this is that this is a really cool sponsorship placement. That I will tell you for sure. I really love the Red Bull, just the Red Bull, headlights right here. I really like that a lot, so that looks pretty great. Anyways, I got number 88 Trackhouse. You got Sonunco Rookie of the Year. Going on this side, you got Goodyear, and then the Goodyear Eagle rims, or the Goodyear Eagles with the gunmetal gray rims. NASCAR Cup Series, number 88 Safety Culture, a better way of working. You got Simeon's. SVG with the New Zealand flag, the Chevrolet logo on the B pillar, but there's no really other logo. That's really kind of weird. You got Wendy's. Yeah, you got Safety Culture back there. Quad lock. Back here on the spoiler says the Red Bull logo. Red Bull gives you wings. Safety Culture, Chevrolet, Quaker State 88. And basically it's, Red Bull gives you wings, same logo. On the Diglets, it's safety culture back there, 88. You got the same stuff on the other side as per normal, and there's the underneath of the car. So now let's just kind of get into the race win damage, and unfortunately this one has the bare minimum of race win damage. I mean, this was not one of your, basically, this is not one of your standard beat up race wins or anything like that. So let's just kind of go ahead and get into the race win damage that is noticeable. Now you do notice here that on the hood louvers, they are dirty. So that does indicate that, yes, this is a race win. And the grill does look a little bit dirty. Kind of weird how the splitter is all in black. But you can't see any race win damage. It's kind of weird how it's like that and it's not carbon fiber. That's very strange. And then, of course, obviously, you got some damage right there on this side of the splitter where the yellow tip is. And there you go, same damage. You got some scraps, scratches and marks. I do love that chrome plated highlight number right there. I do like the way that looks. Got more crinkles down there, a little bit down there. A little bit some back here and such. And then, of course, obviously, you go back down here. There's some a little bit back there. And then, of course, obviously, you then go to this side. You see some damage right there. By the way, the gas cap is on this side because they pit the cars on the passenger side. But not too much damage as far as my eye could see. But still, though, I do think that this is a cool car. Certainly not one of the, I will say this though, is that if you're going to be picking up any SVG race wins, this probably is going to be one that you might be thinking, I imagine most people will probably pick up the standard edition version of this car. So there you go. But with that really kind of being said though, that's going to be pretty much it for this review. As I said before, this is not going to be everybody's cup of tea when it comes to cars. Or when it really kind of comes to race wins. This is really one of those cars that you could really easily use this in your die-cast stop motion. You could use this for really about anything else other than doing it, other than using it as a race, other than being a cool race win. So yeah, but it is really cool just because this car, it was a pretty big part of NASCAR history, just going down to Mexico City and all that cool stuff. So there you go. Also, I did want to mention, since this is a road course car, it does not have the double shark fins. So I do wanted to tell you that. Actually, you can notice it right there. But yeah, that's really going to be it for this diecast review, really. Now, we do have other ones that we are going to be reviewing here. There is another one that I do have. Let me see. Oh, you can't. No. Can't look there. But we'll see how those other diecasts go. So, yeah. Anyways, though, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And I will catch all of you in the next video. That sounds more Australian than freaking, what do you call it, than New Zealand. But, yeah. Anyways, though, thank you all so much for watching. See you all next time.